If you've ever scrolled through TikTok and seen these gorgeous, chunky, expensive-looking crochet pieces and thought, there's no way I could make that, I need you to throw that thought out right now, because today I'm walking you through real crochet projects that look like they came from a boutique, but only take a few hours and a small amount of yarn. And near the end of this video, I'm going to show you the one thing that separates a piece that looks homemade from a piece that looks like it belongs in a store window. So stick around for that, because it changes everything. Here's the thing nobody tells you when you start crocheting. You get told that if you want your pieces to look nice, you need expensive yarn, you need to learn complicated stitches, and you need years of practice before anyone will believe you made something yourself. And that's just not true. I've seen beginners make pieces that look more expensive than stuff sold in stores, and I've seen people who've been crocheting for 10 years make things that still look a little rough. So what's the actual difference? It's not talent. It's not how long you've been doing this. It comes down to a few small choices you make before you even pick up your hook. And I'm going to show you project by project exactly what those choices are. Let's start with something simple, a textured throw pillow cover. This is one of the easiest things you can make, and it's also one of the fastest ways to make your living room look like it belongs in a magazine. Here's the trick. Instead of using a basic single crochet or double crochet the whole way through, you use a stitch that creates texture, like a waffle stitch or a moss stitch. These stitches are not hard. They're just a repeating pattern of stitches you already know, done in a certain order. But visually, they create these little bumps and grooves that catch the light, and that's what makes something look handmade in a good way instead of a lazy way. Now here's the part people skip: color. If you make this pillow in 5 different bright colors, it's going to look like a craft project. If you make it in one solid, neutral color, like a cream, a soft gray, or a warm beige, it suddenly looks like something you'd pay $60 for at a home store. Same stitch, same yarn, just a different color choice, and the whole vibe changes completely. Next up, and this one might be my favorite, a market tote bag with wood handles. This is a project that looks incredibly expensive, and it barely takes any real skill. You crochet a simple bag body, usually just single crochet in the round, working up from a flat base. That part is beginner level. The part that makes it look expensive isn't the crochet at all, it's the handles. Instead of crocheting a strap, which almost always looks a little floppy and homemade, you attach wood or bamboo handles. You can find these online for just a couple dollars a pair. The second you swap out a crochet strap for a solid wood handle, the whole bag jumps up in perceived value. Your brain sees that solid, sturdy material and instantly thinks, this is well made. It's the same reason a plain t-shirt with nice buttons on the cuffs looks more expensive than the exact same shirt with plastic ones. One good material choice can carry the entire project. Now let's talk about blankets, because this is where a lot of people either nail the expensive look or completely miss it. A chunky throw blanket made with a big hook and a soft, bulky yarn using a simple stitch like moss stitch or a basic single crochet can look like something out of a home decor catalog. But the yarn choice here matters a lot. If you use a rough, scratchy acrylic yarn, even in a nice color, it's going to feel and look cheap the second someone touches it. Spend a little more on a soft chenille-style yarn or a wool blend, and the entire project levels up. You don't need to make it complicated. Most of these expensive-looking blankets are just rows and rows of the same simple stitch. The size and the softness do the heavy lifting. And here's a small thing that makes a bigger difference than people expect: fringe. Adding a simple fringe along the short ends of the blanket, just cut strands of yarn tied on evenly, instantly makes it look more finished, more intentional, like a design choice instead of something that just got made in an afternoon. Let's move to wall hangings, because these are everywhere right now, and they're honestly one of the easiest things to make look high-end. You don't even need a complicated pattern. Basic granny squares, or even simple rows of double crochet in a few different heights, attached to a wooden dowel, with fringe hanging down from the bottom. That's it. That's the whole project. What makes this look expensive is the same trick from the tote bag, the wood dowel. Swapping out a plain stick for a nice, smooth, natural wood dowel changes the entire feel of the piece. And again, color matters here too. A wall hanging in 5 random yarn colors looks like a kid's craft project. The same exact pattern, done in 2 or 3 shades of the same color family, like different tones of cream and tan, looks like something designed on purpose. Now here's one that surprises people. Coasters and placemats. These are tiny projects. They use almost no yarn, and they take maybe 20 minutes each. But if you make a set of 4 or 6 matching coasters using a textured stitch in a nice cotton yarn, and you finish the edges cleanly, people will assume you bought them somewhere. Cotton yarn specifically has this smooth, slightly stiff texture that reads as premium, almost like linen. Acrylic yarn tends to feel soft and a little fuzzy, which is fine for a blanket, but for something like a coaster or a placemat, that stiffer cotton texture is what makes it look like a store-bought item instead of a craft fair item. And one more before we get to the big one, a simple crochet vest or cardigan made with a basic granny stitch or even just rows of double crochet can look incredibly put together if you do one thing. Add real buttons. Not the plastic ones that come in a bag of 100 for $2. I mean wood buttons or shell buttons, or even just larger, simple buttons in a color that matches the yarn. This is the exact same trick as the bag handles and the wall-hanging dowel. One solid quality material detail placed in the right spot can carry the entire look of the piece. Let's do one last project before the big reveal. A simple amigurumi, one of those small stuffed crochet animals or characters. A lot of beginner amigurumi ends up looking a little lopsided or floppy, and that's not because the stitches are wrong. It's almost always because of stuffing. If you stuff a piece loosely, it sags and loses its shape, and it reads as homemade in a bad way. Stuff it firmly, pushing the filling all the way into the corners and limbs with something like a chopstick, and suddenly the same exact pattern holds its shape and looks like something you'd find on a shelf in a boutique toy store. Same pattern, same yarn, same hook size. The only difference is how much filling you packed in and how carefully you closed up the seams at the end. Okay, so by now you've probably noticed a pattern in everything I just showed you, and that pattern is actually the biggest secret in this whole video, the one thing that matters more than any stitch, any pattern, any amount of experience. It's finishing. Every single project I just walked through